Vanny, bring me everyone.
What do you mean, everyone?
Everyone! I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Let me explain something to you. I am not Mr. Lebowski. You're Mr. Lebowski. I'm the dude.
No one is to stone anyone until I blow this whistle.
You can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Lord, you can imagine where it goes from here.
Hello and welcome to Zedos Gang podcast episode number 62. With me, I'm with Joseph Buchanan.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Zedos Gang podcast.
How are you today, Joe?
Not bad, thanks. A very hot day, middle of summer in the UK.
I love this weather, man. I love it. I know it's not to everyone's taste, but it's my thing.
I like it when it's hot, not when I'm on the sun.
I love it when I'm on the sun.
Nope. You can go there and stay there.
Fair enough. What we got now for the trailers, Joe?
Okay, so yeah, as Seth said, trailers. So that means trailers, and the first one is Daddy's Home, and I didn't see the first one to this film, but one, I like Will Ferrell. I'm so with Mark Wahlberg. He's, depending on what film he's in, he's kind of cool. But these guys seem to have a good chemistry with each other. This trailer was pretty cool. I like the fact that Mel Gibson is what's his name? Mark Wahlberg's father in this, and John Lithgow is Will Ferrell's father in this. It's kind of perfect in the sense of where you would go if you're going to make another film after Daddy's Home. I guess this is where you would go with that, bring their grandfathers into it. Why does there always a bloody phone ring when I start this podcast?
I don't know, man. Answer it.
Anyway, yeah. So it looks entertaining. I can't tell if it would be or not, or if we've seen everything that's entertaining in these trailers already, or if that's it for this film. But in regards to bringing the new characters in, yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what, I saw this trailer earlier on in the week and I laughed really hard with the introduction of Mark Wahlberg's father. Have we already said who the fathers are?
Yeah. You
did? Yeah, so when Mel Gibson came on, I was just lost my shit right there. I thought it was fucking funny. Probably not as funny as you got. I probably just bought that whole thing and like...
Well, no, I mean, it's all about the delivery of what they're doing in the trailer as opposed to...
I don't know, man. I had no clue Mel Gibson was in this movie, so the impact was kind of funny, I felt. But, you know...
Sure, but yeah. It's what Mel Gibson does in the trailer that makes it funny, and not just being him in the film.
Oh, no.
It's a very simple trailer.
Yeah.
I guess that's all it really needs, really. Yeah, apart from that, yeah, it looks fairly... Right, it's like... That's a sequel to that comedy.
Yeah. Well, the first one, I saw it. I didn't mind it. I thought it was quite entertaining for what it was. I never thought they'd make a second one, but hey, you know, Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg clearly like working together, so
yeah.
I'm surprised Will Ferrell's not in the Transformers, to be honest.
I think that might take you out of it a little bit.
I think every Transformers fan just died a little bit just there.
Are there still Transformers fans?
I don't know, man.
As opposed to people who just have to go and see it because they've invested time to go and see the other ones.
Well, I checked out after 2, so...
Yeah, so, I Transformers.
Yeah.
Anyway, so next trailer is Goodbye Christopher Robin.
Bye Christopher Robin.
Yeah, and I was surprised to see Fox's logo on this, but I'm guessing it's a free-range story. Disney don't have the rights to
their lives.
Yeah. Essentially, so...
You'd be surprised, though. I mean, they own everything.
Almost.
Almost everything.
It's divided between them, Apple and Google. There's not really much to say about this trailer. It's literally this. I guess the film is set around World War II. Oh, sorry, World War One. It looks. I see trenches, so I'm guessing World War One. I could be wrong there. No, definitely World War One. I don't know who the. I don't know. Is that Maggie? I forgot her name. I forgot the actress's name.
Maggie Gyllenhaal?
No.
Margot Robbie?
Margot Robbie, that's it, yeah. Margot Robbie.
In that case, it is Margot Robbie.
And Donald Gleason. Not Donald Gleason, Donald Gleason. Kelly MacDonald. I'm sorry, I'm just reading off the names on this trailer.
Yeah, cool.
There's really not much to this trailer. It shows you World War One. It shows one of the characters getting married and then having a baby and then spending time with his kid in the forest that they're surrounded by, and then having adventures, and those adventures spin off into these little characters, which are the characters that we would know from Winnie the Pooh, and that's where the trailer ends essentially. There's not really much to the trailer. I'm just talking in regards to the trailer. In terms of what the overall storyline is, you don't. It gives you more of the gist of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, it's got quite a good top-billed cast. Be interesting to see what Margot Robbie does with this role outside of, like, her usual stuff.
She doesn't even speak in the trailer, so I can't say much.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's been directed by Simon Curtis, that did The Woman in Gold, and the Marilyn Monroe thing that came out in 2011. I'm assuming he's going for, you know, kind of like the Oscar vibe here, maybe. Yeah, we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see. I'm not going to lie, it didn't really intrigue me, like, I must see at the cinema, this one, but, you know, I guess maybe there's a story in there and how the Winnie the Pooh guys came to be and whatnot. I heard Ewan McGregor cameos in this, but it's not listed on the thing. I think maybe he might be a narrator, but, you know, you would have thought they would have put his voice in the trailer, but I don't know, man. Yeah, maybe.
It's kind of a paint by numbers trailer. It's kind
of, that's right. It didn't really do anything, did it?
It's
it was just very I don't know.
It's very uninspiring.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got no more to say about it. It's up on it'll be up on my website, and you'll find it on YouTube as well. So go have a look.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go from the trailers to the topics this week, and we go into the first one, which is Bad Boys 3. The original director, Michael Bay, says that Bad Boys 3 needs to get... Excuse me. The original Bad Boys 3 needs to get going sooner rather than later, there'll be no point to making the film. I mean, considering that it's been over 10 years that we got Bad Boys 2, I think that's Michael Bay saying this is kind of a moot point. Sure, of course, Michael Bay. Yeah, we know that.
Do it, just do it. I mean, like, Michael Bay, man, if you're saying this, stop making Transformers movie. Give us Bad Boys 3. Just do it. I get what he's saying. He is right, though, because the audience is shifting to the point where people are like, what is Bad Boys?
Yeah.
You know, being the current young age moviegoers. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Do it now. I was really excited when John Canahan was writing the script and everything, but now
it's still his script.
Still his script. Good. I'm excited. Go, just someone make it. Fuck it. Give me a job. I'll make it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it. People want it. Let's see it. Let's do it. Let's do it, people.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, this film is directorless, and I personally would like to see they said they wanted to do 2 more after this, but I think they should just concentrate on this one, see if anyone wants to still see these guys, or if just keep it as a standalone film.
Yeah.
And just end it as a trilogy.
Yeah.
And then I guess it will be rebooted at some point.
Yeah. Kevin Hart and.
No, don't say that.
And whoever else, I don't know, but yeah.
See, Kevin Hart can't pull off what.
No, he can't.
Martin Lawrence can.
Yeah. I just don't think Kevin Hart has found his niche in comedy yet, because look, he's a very funny, charismatic guy on stage when he does his stand-up and stuff. I like his comedy. He's been in film roles he's been in films like outside of his own films where he's the main focal point. He's been in films where he's carried himself okay. I am referring to Grudge Match. I thought he was quite good in Grudge Match. I thought it was good comic relief in that movie and various other stuff. But his own Ride Along was Bad Boys Light. It was rubbish. It was so bad. It was paint by the numbers comedy, and although I liked him and The Rock's chemistry in Central Intelligence, they had great chemistry there, but it wasn't that great a movie. It was like they were like the perfect two for the next whatever. Yeah. Just get someone to write a film that fits them. You know? I'm hoping Jumanji will be the one for both of them. I don't know, man. I just think you know what it was back in the day. These comedians used to ad-lib and say what the hell they wanted on these films, and that's what made them genuinely funny. Now studios are trying to do canned laughter. Yeah, you know what I mean? And that was so apparent in watching Baywatch. Okay, I'm gonna slam the Baywatch movie. Baywatch was terrible. All the jokes were in the trailers. None of these guys were comedians, so some idiot wrote that script. You know what I mean? Put a comedian in there and let everyone bounce off that guy. Yeah, that's what you need to do. Write a rough script, but be reactionary. That's why like Will Ferrell's shit works when it hits, because there's, you know what I mean? They're all comedians trying to get the best laugh. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's you know what I mean? You can't script this shit, man. And like, we're talking about Bad Boys now. Bad Boys is Bad Boys, man. Just do it. Should have been done 10 years ago.
Guess how much the original one cost?
Like 40 million or less than 25 million.
19 million.
19 million.
And it made 141 million. It just imagine if you could, because that film looks. That first film looks like a huge budget.
It does.
If I could, I mean, even 90 million in my head is a lot of money. Just give me $1 million.
Well, that's just it. That's what Bay does, though. He knows how to make use of production value in his movies, isn't it? Yeah. I like he's just about spectacle, and the bigger it is, the better it looks, kind of thing. Yeah. You know, that's what he did for Bad Boys. I just think they should just do it. If I remember correctly, there was something about the end car chase. They wanted to cut that out of the movie, but Michael Bay, like, mortgaged his house or something. I don't know. He paid a lot of money to make sure they got that shot.
The one on the one-way strip?
Yeah, that wasn't going to be in the movie.
Right.
That was cut, and he was adamant that needed to happen. Yeah. And it did. Yeah. It fucking did. That's how you drive. That's how you drive.
Yeah, that's good.
And I want Bad Boys 3. You know, personally, if Bay could come back, I wouldn't say no to it. I was excited with the prospect that who was doing it?
Joe Canahan.
Yeah, I was excited with the prospect that Joe Canahan would have done it, because it would have been a new animal kind of thing in a very different direction. But I would like Bay to come back to this after Transformers. You know what I
mean? Do you know who I think would be a good fit for this?
McGee.
No.
Who?
The guy who's doing what's that film? Baby Driver.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
get Edgar Wright.
Yeah, Edgar Wright.
It would be fresh and new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'd be fresh and new.
And that's
what this franchise kind of needs, really.
Yeah.
Fresh and new, rather.
Edgar Wright comes from that kind of
comedy.
If you look at all of his space stuff, the bit with the guns and they were just doing that. That's exactly.
Yeah, Bad Boys. Films like Bad Boys inspired his film style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He'd be great. He would be great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we spent too much on that already.
We have.
I
didn't know I had this much to say about Bad Boys and like the state of comedy action movies in general.
Really a lot. Okay, well, whenever Bad Boys comes out, we will let you know. Bad Boys 3 even. Okay, next topic is Transformers 6. After directing 5 Transformers films, Michael Bay says once again that Transformers The Last Night will be his last in the franchise. Sure.
Yeah. I remember real early on in the early days of this podcast, you were adamant and you were very, very strongly opinionated that he would never come back for this one. And I did say no, but he'll come back. And he did.
Well, technically, he didn't really want to. If someone keeps throwing money at you...
Yeah, it's a bit hard to say no. Yeah. But I mean, the Benghazi film didn't make that much money. In fact, I think it was a flop.
Benghazi?
The Soldiers of the Benghazi, the one he did...
No, it made this money back.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well...
He made it for nothing.
Yeah. Either way. I think... And a load of people are going to detest this, but this movie's gonna make bank. It's gonna make bank. I don't even want to see it, but I know it's gonna make bank. I don't know why, but for some reason these films do. Now, you know, this has become like his little franchise now. Like, yeah, sure. I don't think there'll ever be a Michael Bay-less Transformers in some degrees. Maybe he'll be a producer, etc. But I don't believe this is his last one as a director. I think it all depends on how well this Bumblebee movie's with the Kubo and the Two Strings dudes. If that does well, maybe Paramount might take chances on other directors. But Bay's always been their guy from the start and the get-go. And they're willing to wait for him. They are more than willing to wait for him. The other thing that might, you know what I mean? Like, the money on this movie will pay for their writer's room that they've concocted. And then they'll probably utilise that room for the next, like, 10,000 that they make. Yeah. And they'll probably wait for Bay. They'll let Bay do a film. Hope maybe it'll flop, and then they'll be like, hey, Bay, Transformers money, you know what I mean? This is why, Michael, you need to do Bad Boys 3, because Bad Boys 3 will make all the monies, and then you'll be free from the Transformers curse, and then we don't need to see Transformers again.
Well, saying Bad Boys 3 will make money is premature, but
well, I don't know. I don't think that it would be a complete failure. I think if it was made on a modest budget, and there is an interest to see Will Smith and Martin Lawrence in those roles again. I don't know how big that interest would be if you limit the audience to how it should be made, because it should be a 15 minimum. But I think, I think it'd be healthy for Bay to go back to that franchise. Mm-hmm. Because he'd be back into something that is his, that he could earn some bank from, or at least take a chance on this thing, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I don't know, maybe he just wants to do original content. I'm still waiting for his ocean movie. Can you remember that? He wanted to do something that was totally left field, something about the ocean and like
Michael Bay.
Yeah, it was something to do with the safety of I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm sure you guys can look it up on Google and let me know. But he was very passionate about some environmental issues and stuff. And I was like, cool. Are you gonna make a film about that? And I think he said he wanted to, but whatever reasons he hasn't done that yet. Because
Paramount keep dumping money in his back garden.
Man.
For this Transformers franchise. So if this does well, I'm pretty sure they're going to knock at his door again. I don't care if he does it or not anymore. The stories are so saturated now. I can't care less.
I mean, what's your thought now that this week, they announced that the Bumblebee movie will be set in the 1980s. Don't care?
Nope.
Okay. I think it might lend a little bit of flavour to like the Transformers, but yeah.
If you can't get the basic premise of because what they should have started doing now, even from the second one, was going into space.
Yeah.
They kind of are doing that, but
they skipped it.
It's always centered around human beings, and we've seen enough films now to know that you don't have to center any film around human beings. If you've got an intriguing enough premise, you can have those. You can still put your emotions into what is going on screen and the characters that you have on screen. You don't need to have Transformers there. James Cameron has proved that he could do that with Avatar. We've never seen creatures like that before, but you kind of believe in them in the sense that, okay, well, these I'm interested to hear the story to a degree and see how the story's moving. I mean, it's the largest grossing film of all time, so that's why I'm making my connection with that in terms of Transformers anyway. But I don't know how I feel about Transformers. I just don't. I've got no enthusiasm for it at all.
Yeah, I'm with you, Joe. Like it died a long time ago, man. It died a couple of sequels ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on to the next story, and this is a Spider-Man Homecoming sequel, and there's multiple stories to this. So, we'll start with the first part of this, and that's Spider-Man Homecoming is tracking to make somewhere in about 100 million region. It's on its opening weekend, and this can only cement Marvel's involvement in the Sony universe, or vice versa, Sony's involvement in the Marvel universe. And so, in terms of them thinking about doing any spin-offs that are out of the universe is a moot point now. And there's another part of that story which we'll touch on in a second. But did you think this is? I mean, it's a Spider-Man film because it's clearly going to make money. So
it's a Spider-Man film. And it's not just any Spider-Man film. It's the MCU Spider-Man film.
Yeah.
This is going to make $1 billion.
Yeah.
It has to. Not even that it has to, but I'm actually kind of confident that it will. Leo said the other week that if it fails on that, then, he'll laugh in my face. That's fair enough.
What, $1 billion?
Yeah, he doesn't think it. He didn't say that he didn't. He was just joking around. But, I mean, like, I'm confident it would, due to the Marvel brand, due to the fact that they've more or less pasted Iron Man in every part of the marketing, you know what I mean, that they can. We've probably seen all the scenes with Captain America in.
You mean Iron Man?
No, Captain America's in there as well. He's in one of the trailers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I clearly missed that.
Yeah, but I mean, they're trying to, you know what I mean, with the momentum that the MCU has now, they're really going for it. They're really going for it. I think it's a $1 billion movie if it's a good movie. You know what I mean? If it's a not so good movie, it's still going to make bank. But if it's a great movie, oh man, it's going to make all the monies.
Yeah.
All the monies. And that's just it. I mean, like, are we talking about all the Spider-Man related stuff now, or are we saving the rest for later, or?
It's all there, man.
Okay, cool. Like, even the spin-offs as well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Read the freaking notes.
I read the notes, but you put the spin-offs right at the end, and then... Yeah.
Oh,
just saying.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't sure.
Okay, well, the one I saved it.
Okay.
The last time I put everything up. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Well, I don't know. The thing you put in the notes was about Spider-Man Homecoming may lay the groundwork for the Jackal. Where did you get that from, and who said that?
That is right here.
On Screen Rant.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I'm a little bit scared and excited at the same time with that prospect. That's mainly because of what, the spin-off stuff. So for those that don't know, is it Amy Pascal?
Yeah.
Amy Pascal just announced these Spider-Man spin-offs are gonna be part of the MCU now.
Yeah.
Which is great. This is really great.
Yeah.
Fantastical news. My only problem with it is I have a lot of questions regarding the spin-off movie, the second Spider-Man sequel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because a lot has to happen. Because so Eddie Brock has to be established. You know what I mean? As a photographer, getting the Venom suit. Will that happen in the sequel? Because I know how they're going to tie that in with the Jackal now. You know what I mean? I hope the Jackal isn't the main... If that's the case, I'd much rather see the origins of Venom in the sequel if we're getting a spin-off. You know what I mean? Because quite clearly that would make sense.
Yeah.
In my world. Introduce Venom in Infinity War. Introduce the symbiote in Infinity War. That's how he gets back. Spider-Man 2, him trying to lose the suit. Eddie Brock gets the suit. Venom movie. Makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. As long as they do the Jackal like how they did the Lizard in the Raimi trilogy, where you have Dr. Warren as a lecturer, as Peter's lecturer in class, then fine. But you know, I'm a bit afraid of the avenues they go around, because those that know Spider-Man, Dr. Warren and the Jackal, well, he's the cloning guy, and a lot of old school Spider-Man fans don't like clones. We fucking hate clones. You kids may think, oh, but it only lasts like, you know, a storyline. That's great. It lasted several years. I'm sure if they did the Clone Saga as a movie, it'd probably work out, and it won't last like multiple fucking installments, but because Marvel won't do that. But you know, it's kind of like the dark days of Spider-Man for me when I think of like the Jackal. But you know, I guess you could do that and have him have a thing for fucking Gwen Stacy, and introduce Gwen Stacy and show him being a fucking pervert teacher or whatnot. I don't fucking know. That'll be interesting. I would like to have seen them laid the groundwork for Doc Connors, but then I guess they're trying to avoid Doc Connors because Sony ruined it in the last incarnation of Spider-Man. I don't fucking know. And obviously they want to push forward with new villains and stuff, especially if they're gonna introduce Venom so soon in this universe, if that makes sense. Although Silver Sable and the Silver Sable movie, Black Cat, kind of intrigued me a lot more now on where they could go with that, so long as they introduce Black Cat as part of the, you know what I mean, the Spider-Man Homecoming sequel, because you can link that into Captain America and all sorts now. So that movie's become more exciting to me now.
Right.
If that makes sense. So I don't know, it depends on how they do stuff. I mean, like, I don't know the status of the Black Cat and Silver Sable film just yet. Hopefully it's in earlier developments, because it looks like they've gone full steam ahead with Venom, if that makes sense, because they've already cast Tom Hardy and whatnot. Obviously they're probably going to have to rewrite a script, because I think this is a retaliation to the backlash. I think we all as fans have been quite vocal, and I think they're worried about the golden egg, especially due to how much it's tracking. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, that's just, as I was telling you before, I think Sony were being very premature about putting all of this stuff out, because they could potentially harm what this film does.
Well, yeah, that's right.
And it's like, well, if they're doing a different Spider-Man, which Spider-Man should I watch? Is it this one, or is it this one, or is it this one?
I still think those characters need a bit of breathing room.
Well, I think they are getting that, but it's if they're doing their own spin-offs that are in the same universe, then
I'm not against that. I just want this Spider-Man to establish his footing first.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? At least do two movies before you do 2 or 3 movies before you do a spin-off. You know what I mean? But you know, there has been a shift in gear now, because they've earlier on this week Tom Holland let slip that there is a third one, so they are doing 3 films. So the deal has been they have a lot of confidence in this one now. You know what I mean? And they should do. Just don't jeopardize what Marvel have been trying to do. That's what I say, Sony.
If Sony wasn't so hungry for franchises, I don't think we'd be hearing any of this.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
I think personally they should wait back on this Venom one. You know what I mean? Let Venom develop naturally. And look, here's the thing: Marvel are probably, if they weren't thinking about Black Suit Spider-Man in Infinity War, they should be. You know what I mean? They should be, because I've been screaming that forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The minute I heard of Infinity War, I didn't care so much, because it's like, well, my dream would be Spider-Man in the Infinity War with the black suit, and that's how he gets Venom. Now that he's in there, I've been screaming, no, this must be happening. You know what I mean? Like that rabid fanboy that I am. And with this stuff, I don't think Marvel would be on board if they weren't doing that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm more convinced now that they will shoehorn that in, because it's the only way that anything's going to make sense.
You think so?
I think so. Otherwise, like, cool, whatever. We'll have to see what they come out with. But I don't know, man. I think it's good that she's like back down now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I remember a few months ago she was like, "Oh no, we can do what we want." You know what I mean? Like, that's literally what she was doing, and it was like, what the fuck are you doing? She's backtracked.
Well, she has to. I just her saying stuff even before the film came out. What's wrong with you, woman?
You know what it is? It's control.
Yeah, sure,
it's control. It's control over the IP, and it's control over.
They made the deal.
Yeah, they made.
Let it play through.
Is as Robert De Niro said in Copland to Sylvester Stallone, "You had your chance and you blew it."
Yeah,
you blew it. You blew it. They blew it. They blew it. I don't know. Seriously, these guys are afraid of becoming billionaires. Look, let Kevin Feige do his thing. Sit back and make fucking other films. You know what I mean? That need your attention on. Marvel's got this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Marvel have got this. You will get all the monies. All the monies. You just need your name on it.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're feeling so fucking precious. You know what I mean? It's just like, chill.
Yeah, no.
Just chill, shut up. Have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up. Literally.
Okay, well, I guess we've...
we're done. We're done.
We've said
everything
on that. But yeah, as the news comes out, well, the film comes out in a few weeks, so... I know, next week even. So yeah, we'll... I guess we'll review it at some point. But yeah, on to the next piece of news, and this is Kevin Smith news. Kevin Smith's latest horror film, Kilroy. What? Kilroy Was Here? That's a weird name for a film. So Kevin Smith is making a film, Kilroy Was Here, and it's part of his... I don't know if it's part of his trilogy that he was doing, because I thought he was going to do Moose Jaws, but looks like this is a new... I
was going to say, like, wasn't there Moose Jaws and Helena's Handbag and...
No, he was just going to go up to Moose Jaws and just get into Jane Silent Bob reboot.
Yeah.
He's doing a film... I remember when he said he retired.
You know what? I just think he's just getting stoned and writing those scripts.
Well, yeah.
That's literally what he's doing. So he's got a back catalogue of scripts that could be made, and... Like, it's just, it's a big, making a movie, especially an independent movie, like, because he's an independent movie director, you're spinning a lot of fucking dishes, you know what I mean? The discs, even. Yeah. You're doing a lot of jobs, and part of those jobs, one is writing the stuff, and depending how precious you are, you want it to be right. Mm-hmm. I know this because you know me for quite a long time, Joe. I'm a precious guy. I do short films, and there are feature film scripts that I actually write in my spare time, and it's that spare time balancing your life and stuff and whatnot, and I'm a product of my own vices. I go out way too much than I should. I need to be reining it in and hammering it out, but at the same time, you do one script and you got an idea for another script, you end up bouncing between... You know what I mean? And that's basically what he's doing. And he has his podcast, and that's his day job. And he has all the time in the world to write all these scripts, because he hasn't got someone with a gun to his head going, "Do this, Smith." You know what I mean?
And
that's just it. I mean, like, I do believe that all these movies will get made at some point, but you got to understand, like, stuff like Clerks and Mallrats, there are certain rights that tie up those films from being made and stuff. But he didn't know that at the time. He just went and created.
Yeah, because that's all you could do.
Yeah.
Like, okay, is that all it takes to get it done? Okay, let's get it done.
Yeah, cool. I mean, like, Clerks 3 is now going to be a comic book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm going to buy every issue of that. And you know what? Hopefully the comic book sales will stir up interest in the movie.
It wasn't because that's
no,
not
it was because
one of the actors
didn't want to do it. But come on, man, like, we as fans should rise up and just go, yo, dude, we played your video game, Jeff Anderson, and it was okay. But nah, man, I think this movie, whether it's connected to the other ones, I don't know, man. I haven't heard much about this. Has he been talking about this on this podcast, or
what's that? I only heard about it yesterday.
Oh wow, okay.
And so I didn't. And he doesn't mention it in his podcast.
Oh, okay.
And so
some secret left field shit.
So that's why it's such a shock to me. That what? I didn't hear him talk about this, and he loves talking.
Yeah.
So this is new to me. I'm fascinated to know if it's going to be in the same vein as his last two films.
Yeah.
I mean, he surprised me in recent years with Red State. Red State was so different for Kevin Smith.
Well, that's just it. I mean, like, you know what? Tusk and Red State are totally different kind of movies, man. Totally different. And Red State was more like a Coen Brothers movie.
Yeah, well, that's the film he made just before he retired.
Yeah, and that was actually a very good movie. And what I liked about it was that it showed that he can make films.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Really well.
He can make films. He can walk one out the bag. I think he puts himself down too much.
Oh yeah, big time.
Like, we love you, Kev. Seriously, just carry on doing what you're doing. Personally, I would have liked to have seen him. I would have liked to have seen him do his own Die Hard. I know we'd never do that kind of movie, but like his own buddy cop thing.
Yeah.
Cop Out.
Well, he did try to do that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it wasn't his script.
That wasn't his script. But I mean, you know what? He should have rewritten it. Should have completely rewrote it.
I think at the time he just wanted to do someone else's script.
Yeah, I guess. But the worst thing about Cop Out was that it felt like someone trying to be Kevin Smith with the dialogue.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It didn't feel like him. It felt like someone trying to emulate him.
Yeah.
And it really felt, wow, you've lost it, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it wasn't an attack on him because he didn't write the shit. It was more attack on the writers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not him. You know what I mean? I'm so glad that he's still creating stuff, to be quite honest. So I know there's a lot of people divided when it comes to Kevin Smith, and a lot of Kevin Smith haters, but fuck you guys, you don't know shit. Seriously, this guy's the man in my eyes. And like I've not, aside from Cop Out, Cop Out is the one film which I don't like of his. I will never own it. I'll probably watch it again, like on YouTube, like clips, just for reference on how not to make a movie. But I mean, I don't blame him for that movie. You know what I mean? I don't blame his decisions as to why he did that certain choice. But from that decision, from that bad experience, he's gone off to make some good stuff. I haven't seen Yoga Hosers. I've heard it's pretty bad, but until I see that film, I can't really judge.
People said Tusk was pretty bad as well.
Tusk was amazing. Leo doesn't like Tusk, but fuck that. I love Tusk.
But again, he made those films mainly for a small group of people.
Yeah.
In the first place, and I don't keep those films in the same range that he makes his other films in. That's like a little pet project that essentially what George Lucas wants to do.
Yeah.
And I guess he is doing. Just like, I just want to make my films.
I just want to make my little experimental film. You know what? When that guy dies, I'll laugh if like 70 films come out.
Probably. And
they have all famous people. All
Maybe.
the famous heads. John Travolta. This is why you haven't seen John Travolta in years. He's been in George Lucas films or some crazy shit like that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well,
turns out Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford were hanging out at George's. They weren't doing Star Wars.
I wouldn't put it behind them.
Yeah.
But yeah. Whatever Kevin Smith does next, no, again, no matter what anyone says about the guy, it's usually negative, but if there's anyone that's mapped a way of doing, writing a film and producing a film and making a film, put it on screen, there's a whole roadmap through his podcasts and on his commentaries. Everything is there for you to go from thinking that you can't do it to actually doing it. So yeah, hats up to you, man. Okay, so this next topic is Neill Blomkamp has been busy ever since he found out that his Alien film wasn't going to be made. He's just been toiling around and doing shorts, and the first of those shorts have been put onto YouTube, which I have not yet seen yet, but he's going to put more out, and if people like them, he'll turn it into a movie, and I think that's a unique way of. Yeah, he's built his own studio as well, so that's a unique way. Of like, look, do you know what? I just want to do my films. I'm going to make these little films, and whatever sparks most interest, I'll go make. And that's a fascinating way of doing it. That's a good way to get having an audience for seeing where your audience could be if you do a mass version of this film, as opposed to that little bite size, and you're testing the waters with actual people, without any studio interference. And I think that's a fascinating way of doing that. I don't know what his Alien film would be like, but I don't know what's going to happen with that franchise, but I like where Blomkamp was going with his idea, but as Ridley Scott said, he had no script for it. So that's what Fox want to see. They want to see a script, and not illustrations.
Well, the thing is, he's not quite there yet no, he's getting there, man. People know who he is, or a certain audience kind of thing.
Film fans know who he is.
Yeah, film fans know who he is. He's not quite Ridley Scott yet, if you know what I mean. But he's an interesting talent, and you know what? That's all I gotta say. Bravo. He's doing what filmmakers dream of doing. He's got his own fucking studio, making shorts with his friends. And when you got friends like fucking Sigourney Weaver, the queen of sci-fi, knock it out the park, mate. Do what you want. I'm liking this. Yeah. This could be, you know what? This could be the best career move he's ever done. To be honest, he doesn't need to answer to anyone. He could just do like how Haz is doing his stuff. He does his shorts and then boom. And that's basically, guys, this is basically how like making science fiction films work. If you're a sci-fi fan and you want to make a short, you want to make a feature, or have an idea for a feature that's a sci-fi film, make a short film, express what it is in that short film, and then go get funding that way. Because that's how it's done. It worked for Kung Fury, and everyone funded Kung Fury to fucking hell and back. That's getting a theatrical release as Kung Fury 2 maybe, because that's in development and the dude's got funding. So you know what I mean, we live in an age where we can make anything we want, and he's an established director. You know what I mean, and he just went to another level by making a studio. You know what I mean? Like, you got to give props to Robert Rodriguez, because he did that before this shit was a fashion trend. You know what I mean? Bravo Rodriguez, bravo Blomkamp. Blomkamp's moved up in my book with this. I haven't seen Rucker.
I think that's one of the films, yeah.
Yeah, it's just hit the interwebs. It's just hit the interwebs. Check it out. I've not seen it myself. It's been on my list, and thank you for reminding me, Joe. I'm going to watch it after this podcast, and then I'll probably talk about it briefly on the next one. My thoughts and stuff, because I think, wow, I wish I was more prepared and we watched this, but man.
Well, again, whatever. I think where Blomkamp lies is doing original stories. Again, depending if Fox come back around with him and ask him to do this alien idea that he had in previous is, I think, totally depends on what Ridley Scott does with it next. If this is a way of him doing something else, this is an excellent way of doing it, because he's got original stuff now online that he can go and make his own film of.
I mean, oh man, what was I going to say? Yeah, I think we've said everything.
Yeah, there's until we see the back end of these shorts.
Personally, I've never hated a movie of his.
I don't like Chappie.
You don't like Chappie? I love Chappie. You know what? I love Chappie for all the reasons why everyone hates it. I actually like Diane Wood because of that movie. I got into their music throughout from watching that movie. I thought they were interesting. I'd never seen them before. I thought they were very different to actors and people that were out there, and I've become a fan. They have some fucked up music videos, but no, I you know what? Funnily enough, I was on YouTube and there was this picture of Ninja, and I clicked on it, and it was a video, and it was just him telling a story about how he met Kanye West and was it Dre? No, not Dre.
Dr. Dre?
No, not Dr. Dre. Someone else anyway.
Okay.
And he was just basically, the thing is, he's not in that
Jay-Z you're talking about.
No, not Jay-Z. It's not Jay-Z. I can't remember who, but he's not in that realm. You know what I mean? He's not with those guys. You know, he doesn't roll. He does his own thing in Johannesburg. You know what I mean? And he was just, he's just, him and Yolandi are just normal people from, like, where they're from. They make their music. They come to the award shows or whatnot. They do their thing, you know what I mean? They're very separate from that world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is Hollywood or whatnot. And he basically talks about a story about how he, kind of like how Kevin Smith does. So, like, there was this one weird time when, like, this guy rang me up to hang out. And I was like, okay, let's see where the rabbit hole goes. We hung out with Kim Kardashian and Kanye for a weekend. And he just goes into this story that just sounds fucking nuts, and it's a true story. Or he tells his point of view, and someone animated it, like in kids' drawings and stuff, and it was hilarious. It was the funniest shit. You know what? I'm going to post Joe this, and Joe's going to post it on the notes below. And you know what? I think he's very unique. I think they're cool. But I like Chappie, man. I like Chappie. Chappie was great.
It's your right to like that.
But and I liked Elysium as well. I didn't like it as much as District 9, but I liked it. I liked them both.
After watching it 3 or 4 times, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't particularly do it. I don't think it does anything new. It's like this when people see Avatar. Yeah. They say Avatar's just like Ferngully or whatever. Yeah. That's how I feel about Elysium. It's like another film that I've seen already.
What film?
Dozens of sci-fi films. In the sense that this guy is in poverty. There's another world where all these rich people live. It's again, I don't hate the film, but it's fine. Again, I think it's just finding his sweet spot in crafting his stories. I mean, I'm the last to talk. I'm not a writer of any stature, but that's the way I interpret his films. But good luck to him. He's the one of the guys again, like Kevin Smith, just doing his thing. So I hope it works out for him. Okay, so next story is She-Hulk movie. So the Doctor Who director Rachel Talalay expresses her interest in directing a She-Hulk movie for Marvel Studios. She has a unique vision for the character. She-Hulk? I remember you expressing interest.
I mean, like, hey, look, all right, if she's a fan of the property, go for it. Go and run with it. She-Hulk's not really well, people are aware of She-Hulk. I think the mass audience are aware of her, but they're not really that enthusiastic about seeing She-Hulk. I think that's the general consensus. I think She-Hulk would fit well into the next phase of the MCU, considering where they're going with these characters after Infinity War, because she was always an Avenger, and she was always like, you know, like, you wouldn't buy her comic book, but you'd watch her in Avengers.
What's her origin story?
I can't remember because I never bought the comic book.
Was she in the same area?
No, I don't think that was the case. But I'll look it up anyway.
I'm just going to Simpsons rap.
I'm not an A-bomb. But no, I can't remember because I never bought She-Hulk. But you know, I was just like, okay, they've done a female. Look, here's the thing, okay? If she liked the character and if she has a vision and if she's a fan, go make the movie. Have that meeting with Kevin Feige. If he thinks it works, cool, I back you. Because Kevin Feige's not going to back someone that's a yo-yo that don't know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, go for it. Go for it. I still want Quentin Tarantino to do an episode of Luke Cage. Just saying. It's like the dude wrote a Luke Cage script. I would at least like him to direct a few episodes for Luke Cage. I'll lose my shit on that. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not out of the realm of possibility. He has done TV shows before.
Exactly, so. And like it could. Marvel, listen to me seriously. I've got ideas, man. But I mean, like, yeah, sure, man. There's no look. Here's the thing. We live in a day and age where Marvel are doing a Guardians of the freaking Galaxy movie. Okay. That's a day no one thought would come, okay? They're doing stuff like Ant-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy. You know what I mean? That's crazy talk.
And Black Panther now.
And Black Panther and Doctor Strange. All the Z-lists are getting their, heyday now.
Yeah,
you know?
time.
Like, are there any other characters that they get? Like Nova. I guarantee you Nova will show up.
Oh, you're getting Captain Marvel as well.
Yeah, Captain Marvel as well. Nova will show up. They haven't announced Nova, but they've been hinting him across Guardians from day one. James Gunn has talked about him quite heavily, and like everyone's expecting Nova to return. So you know what I mean? Like we live in a day and age where we gotta watch this shit. If it's shit, it's shit. If it's great, we will hail it. Wonder Woman's doing the rounds now, and like people are you know what? I've slagged off Wonder Woman on this podcast openly, diligently, whatnot. You know what? Wonder Woman, however the fucking thing.
And I was telling you, it had to be a good movie.
Dude, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's a damn good movie. I was shocked. I was like, wow. Godot really knocked it out the frickin' park. So, you know what? Like, yeah, She-Hulk. Yeah, as long as the MCU are doing what they're doing, and as long as this woman knows what the fuck she's talking about, yeah, cool, go girl, have that meeting. If you get the gig, good luck. You know what I mean? Good luck. I back anyone that Marvel backs right now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like, they've had misses, but they listen. And they've not been bad misses. You know what I mean? They've not been dog shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that one.
I don't know really what to think about this. I still think in my mind the concept of a She-Hulk is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just the fact they've put she in front of Hulk.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know it's hyphenated, but
yeah.
But it's I don't know. Yeah. Do you know what? I didn't think Ant-Man would be a thing, but because Edgar Wright's name was on it.
Yeah.
I kind of felt, do you know what, I still hope it gets made, and it did get made, and it was still good because it retained elements of his script, but I don't know, I'm fascinated to see what she will look like. I think that's about it, but
yeah. I mean like this woman, she's been in the biz for a real long time. You know what I mean, like she's done superhero stuff before. I mean, like at the moment she's on the DC side of things. I mean, like she's done episodes of Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, quite a lot of episodes of The Flash, and Arrow, mind you. But she's doing a lot of TV, including 24 and Haven, and I'm just spitballing. She's done a lot of fucking TV, Supernatural. You know what I mean? And I guess it's a case of female directors now, you know, because of the Wonder Woman thing and Patty Jenkins knocking it through the park. You know what I mean? Like, they've now got a voice again. You know what I mean? This girl's done a lot. Has she done movies? Let's have a look. She did Tank Girl.
Wow.
She
That's
did.
old school.
She's the director of Tank Girl and Ghost in the Machine, which isn't a bad science fiction film. If you watch.
I've not seen that.
No, man, it's a good film. I remember that film. It has Karen Allen, you know, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has her in it. And she also did Freddy's Dead, Final Nightmare.
I never saw that one.
That was her first film. She did that, did 2 other films, and then got stuck in the world of TV forever.
Well,
Ally McBeal.
Oh, those are good shows.
The Division, Touching Evil, Life as We Know It. I don't even know what that is. Terminal City, Friends.
Wow. Okay.
She's done everything. Prison Break, the Flash Gordon TV show remake thingy. 1 episode of that.
All right. Well, she's got a long list.
She's
That's
been
all,
around.
which is awesome. Yeah.
Sherlock.
I need to move this.
Sherlock and
way.
Doctor Who. Wow. Okay. She's got quite the resume. But yeah, look, you got an idea for She-Hulk. You obviously know your superheroes because you're working on the DC side of things. Go make your film, girl.
Okay. Good luck to her.
Yeah.
With that. Okay. The next story is about Bryan Singer. Longtime X-Men director Bryan Singer officially gives his blessing and passes the torch to Dark Phoenix helmer Simon Kinberg. The film is set to take place in the early 1990s, and it looks like Jessica Chastain may play a role in this, namely part of the Shia Empire. And what do you think about this? Everyone's coming back as well. McAvoy's coming back. What's his name? Fassbender. Even the blue girl.
Even the blue girl.
I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone's coming back. So I'm not sure about Nicholas Hoult, but
we'll be back.
But yeah, essentially the main meat of the cast is back. I hope they bring back Quicksilver, but do something different with him. Because we've seen that trick twice now.
Yeah, that's right.
And so
you can't keep doing it.
Yeah.
We've played it for gags enough.
Yeah.
I felt it was used more effective in the first film as a heist element kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what? My dream Gambit movie, he'd be the mutant I'd recruit as part of Gambit's heist team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay,
yeah.
Simon Kinberg directing this. I know what Colin feels. Colin sent me this text a couple of days ago. Man, Colin does not like those films, and he hates Simon Kinberg pretty badly.
Well,
and Bryan Singer. He hates Bryan Singer. Literally hates him.
Bryan Singer.
I don't hate him. Bryan Singer's made good films.
I don't fully hate Kinberg. I mean, like, I look, he's made some terrible decisions with this franchise as a writer. Okay, I blame his writing on Apocalypse.
He's no P. Anderson, PWS or something.
Yeah, not just yet. But I mean,
yet.
I am afraid of him taking the director's chair because he's not directed anything. Yeah. He's been second unit director on Fan 4 Stick, and that's it. You know, and that's scary, man. But who knows, he could knock it out the park. And one thing, there was a real sincere interview with him a few years back where he talked about, he was a screenwriter and he wrote X3 the way he was hired to do. You know what I mean? And you can't really blame him for doing what the studio or with the variables that he had on that film. Days of Future Past was a collaborative effort. It was Singer's story with the writers from X-Men First Class. With the writers from X-Men 2.
Right.
It was a collaborative screen. No, it wasn't the writers for X-Men 2. It was the First Class writers. So Matthew Vaughn, Jane Goldman, Bryan Singer, Simon Kinberg.
Right.
If I remember correctly. Now, Apocalypse was based on ideas from the Superman Returns X2 guys, but they didn't write the script. Kinberg did fully. In which case, the film's as good as the script.
Right.
I hope he's not the sole writer of this. You know what I mean? But then he's got no excuse now. You know what I mean? But the Shi'ar Empire aspect intrigues me because they can't do the comic book way with the Hellfire Club because they killed off the Hellfire Club in First Class. So I guess there
could always be a new Hellfire Club.
Yeah, maybe it's not the same. There could be in theory, but it's not the same because then it's like the comic book fans would be like, "What?" Even the cartoon people would be like, "What?"
Wasn't Storm head of the Hellfire Club at one point?
Maybe in recent years, but not back in the day. She was head. No, she was head of the Morlocks.
Right.
Morlocks. No. What was I going to say? No. With this one, they're doing more of the 90s cartoon way of things with the Shi'ar Empire, so that's how they're going about with this. That'll be interesting. Alandra, sorry, that's all I think about. You know when Charles would scream in the 90s cartoon?
Yeah.
It was so fun. Alandra!
I'd love to meet the actor. I did that.
Oh my god, that was so comical. But I mean, oh no man, we'll see. I mean, like, I like the storyline. I'm excited and scared at the same time because it could fuck up worse than Apocalypse if he fucks up. But I don't want him to fuck up. I would have preferred if they kept it in the 80s though, rather than 90s with this new cast. It makes me wonder that like James McAvoy does not age.
He's not that old.
No, but I mean like his character has consistently not aged since the 60s. Come on, man.
Oh, okay, last one was 70s. This one was the 80s.
Yeah.
It's not a bad stretch.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We will see. We will see. I'm open. We'll have to see. I'm not too keen on Kingbird directing, but I don't hate him as much as Colin does. In fact, I don't hate the X-Men franchise. I hate it. Like I wasn't too keen on Logan, but I love the Wolverine. My favourite X-Men film, I love the original one. I've grown to like it more due to the constraints that they had, so I don't blame them. But I will say this, that screenplay was the best screenplay out of all X-Men movies. You know? Bring David Hayter back to write these films, man. What's it, X2? Fantastic movie. X3, shit. First Class, amazing. Days of Future Past, amazing. Apocalypse, well, I'm kind of, you know, I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it.
There are aspects of it that I like.
Yeah. I didn't like how they dealt with fucking Archangel. I was very disappointed with how they dealt with Archangel.
Really
disappointed with how they dealt with Archangel.
Even the one in Days of Future
Last Stand.
It was better than that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I was just really disappointed in Archangel. I was really disappointed in Apocalypse.
Yeah,
really disappointed.
He did drop the ball with Apocalypse.
Yeah, but you know, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what they do. Hopefully, it'll be good. I'm hoping. We'll just have to see. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's that. There'll be more news on all of these stories as they break. And onto the next topic, and that's Danny Elfman is in to do the music for the Justice League. He's replacing Junkie XL, and some people think that's an odd thing. Some people think that's a good thing. I don't know really, but if who's directing the reshoots now?
Josh Whedon.
Josh Whedon likes working with Danny Elfman, so I don't know if it's Warner Brothers changing course or if it's him changing course or whatever, but Danny Elfman's not a bad composer. I personally only like the Wonder Woman score so far out of all of the the DCU universe. I'm not going to comment on Men of Steel's because I don't like the film. The music's good. It doesn't do anything for me generally. As a piece on its own, yeah, it's fine. Batman doesn't really have an identity anymore in terms of music because you had the same composer had to redo it twice.
You just didn't care this time, right?
I didn't hear a thing.
Yeah,
but I've only seen the film once, so I can't really comment on what the theme really sounds like now. But I didn't hear anything that stuck out to me. And Wonder Woman's out of all of the new DC films, that's the theme that stood out. I'm not even putting into account Suicide Squad because one, I haven't seen it, and it doesn't seem like it has an actual general soundtrack.
It has a soundtrack. It doesn't have a theme.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's Wonder Woman is the one that stick out, and that happens to be done by Junkie XL. And so in the grand scheme of things, I don't. Again, it's all about tone and what I want that tone to be. If Danny Elfman's the right tone for that, then so be it. We'll see what we get from there. I still think they're course correcting.
Yeah.
And so we'll see where it comes from there. What do you think about this?
This is what I think. So Danny Elfman's the composer, for Justice League.
Yeah.
Danny Elfman, you could save the whole score by bringing back your Batman theme. If you put your Batman theme in this film, I will light up like a kid at Christmas and be like, yeah! I'll be pumped. Okay? If Ben Affleck comes to that Batman theme in the Batmobile, I might forgive him. I might forgive like a lot on that, just for that, because that score has so much impact, more than half these scores. You know what I mean? It's such a good score.
Yeah,
it's an amazing score.
Well, I'm guessing that Warner Brothers won't let him do that, but we'll see. We'll see. Look. That's one thing that's gonna make me lose my shit there if that happens. But I don't know what Danny Elfman's gonna do with this, but I think we'll get more of a cohesive score.
Yeah.
But I'm clutching it. I don't know what to expect at this point because I've not. My head wasn't really been into the. To be honest, most music and most films now don't have a overriding theme, and I've kind of been disillusioned by. I mean, the only film to have been consistent are the Alien films and some of the. I can't remember some of the Transformers films, I guess, or whatever. But and the Bourne films, all of them have. When the Bourne music comes on, you know that's Bourne. When the Mission Impossible music comes on, you know it's Mission Impossible. Those are all themes that that have a unique fixture with its regarding franchise. So I guess we'll hear more about it as he completes it. But that's all I can say for that for now. Okay, on to another Warner Brothers piece of news is that it's been confirmed that Adam West completed his recording for the dialogue in the Return of the Caped Crusader sequel that he was recording with William Shatner. So that's done. That's in the bag. So that would be a nice send-off to Adam West.
I think that's the perfect send-off to Adam West. This is his most iconic role. Him back in the fray there. My only regret is that, you know what? I wish they'd actually commissioned a TV series off with that animation style with those guys. Because you know what I love about Batman as a character? He has transcended media.
Yeah.
Because of the different incarnations and stuff. that we are now more open to different incarnations of him. And this was the original Batman.
Yeah,
this was the original Batman. I hope when like, God bless their souls, if anything happened to the other actors, they give them the same respect with the bat signal, because that is such a sick way to go. You know what I mean? And I guess maybe with him, he was so phenomenous with that role as well. I swear to God, if anything happens to Michael Keaton, God bless, there best be a petition on the internet for a bat signal for him, man, because like, you know, like, shit. No, you know what? This is the perfect send-off for him, man. Great actor, great Batman. Yeah, celebrated in a movie. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, that's I've not seen the first Caped Crusader yet, but I heard it's
good.
Really good. Yeah, so I'll catch that at some point. But yeah, I'm glad that no one had to come in and
rejig imitate,
and his dialogue, and so that's. Yeah, if anything, that'll be the best send-off for him.
Yeah.
I mean, you've already got the original episodes on Blu-ray now, and everything with Adam West has been brought back in a really nice way. So, yeah, good send-off for him. Yeah, and that's the end of the news. We've come to the end, and the next film we go into is films opening this week, and we've got a doozy with this film. Be excited! Transformers: The Last Night.
Yay!
I'm not going to be... Well, I'll probably be strong-armed into watching it at some point, but I am not willingly... I don't willingly want to go and watch this. So, that's what I've got to say about it.
I'm going to watch it for shits and giggles. That's literally it. I'm not going out my way to catch it. I'm not going to go like, let's go on midnight show, let's go opening day. I'll catch it when I catch it. It's quite simple.
This film has lost that. To be honest, that last film I was hoping so much for to be more coherent, and all I saw was Optimus Prime going, "I'll kill you." What? Optimus Prime doesn't say that.
Yeah.
He doesn't say. I don't know who wrote the script. Or I do know who wrote the script for it, but
Ethan Krieger.
Yeah. He doesn't say that, and that just okay. What kind of persona is he putting on? He seemed to have lost his memory a little bit, but even then, he wouldn't say that. No. I don't know where they were going with that, and everything that they introduced into it. Even, I mean, him riding the Grimlock was cool, but it wasn't worth. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. I have no enthusiasm to see this film. I'll see it as like colours on the screen and something happening, but that's about it. I'm sure it will do well, and yeah, that's that. On that note, I guess because that's the only wide range film coming out this month, we'll bring this podcast to an end. I'd like to thank Sach for joining me this week. Sach, where can the public find your stuff?
Find me on Sachman3 on Twitter, and also check out my YouTube, Sacha Allari on YouTube.
Okay, and you can find me and Zedos Gang via the webpage, via Twitter, via YouTube. We also have the podcast on I keep forgetting the name, SoundCloud and iTunes. So please rate us, like us, subscribe to us in any way you can, so you can listen to us all the time. Okay, that has been the Zedos Game podcast for this week, and we are out. Have a great summer.